of
One
my time
one
talking
point
to
seven
people.
percent of your time is spent talking to other people.
Yeah, I just played too high. It's probably more like 1.34%.
Right. And is that a good or a bad thing?
1.7% was pretty good. That's a little bit below average, but that's all right.
Okay.
Okay, I can
And
improve on that. I can improve on that.
hello to my very new podcast.
Wait, you're greeting the podcast,
Yeah, I am.
which you are a part of.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The viewers will understand. They understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, what viewers?
Shut up, Robert. Oh, man.
Your mistake
Uh,
pluralizing it. Actually, is there a word for that, to pluralize something?
Probably. Um, I don't know what it would be.
Pluralize.
Should we make a new? Well, actually, yeah, you just came up with a word. I was like, let's make a new word. Oh, wait a second, Robert just did that.
Or plurificate. No, it sounds like defecate.
But I like it.
You like plurificate.
Yeah, plurificate sounds good. And defecating. I knew that's what you were gonna say next, so I
Hmm.
just added it in. Now, what you were talking about your bed sheets and cardboard.
Yeah, I
Would
was
you
just
like
wondering
to?
why there was cardboard in my bed sheets.
Um,
Are you going to shed some light on that?
I'm trying really hard to. I'm having a bit of trouble trying to think of something to say.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm currently playing with the cardboard. You know how, like, with brown cardboard,
mhm,
um, so it's got, like, when you look at it from the side, it's like two very thin pieces of card, then with,
mhm,
like, a swiggly, folded up bit of card in between them, like a sandwich.
mhm.
And then you can sort of, like, peel off one of the. I'll let you hear it. You can peel. Hold on. I'm just trying to
One
get
se-
it.
1 second.
What are you doing?
I'm adjusting my headphones. Everyone's gonna
Oh.
just hear like, I might cut this bit out.
Yeah, can you hear this? It should be a really nice sound if
Okay,
it works. It should be a really
okay.
nice sound. Did you get that?
I did get that. That
Did
did
that sound nice?
actually, I have to agree with you. Um, that does sound quite nice.
It sounds lovely. Like, people go to sleep to that sort of sound.
I'm not sure.
We can make one of those sleep aid videos where
Should
we
we?
tear up cardboard.
So, okay, this video is now a sleep aid thing where me and Robert will try to find things which will help you sleep.
Mm.
We're starting with ripping
Well, we
cardboard.
don't even need to do it for that long. Like, I'll just tear it for like a couple seconds and you just
Yeah.
put that on repeat for an
No,
hour.
no, but this podcast. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. This podcast is to help you sleep.
Yeah,
I've
but are we gonna spend all this time doing it? We could just put it on repeat, you know?
we could do that.
Then
Maybe what I'll do
we can do
is
something else for an hour.
if people want it, I'll make just a video of you tearing the cardboard. Anyway, here's my second option. Okay,
Hmm.
you gotta give me a second.
It needs the end bit as well, where you like start laughing and then you start choking. It's all a package. You need all of it.
Yeah. The funny thing is,
I
I
know you're not actually
knew,
putting that on either.
I knew, I knew I was going to. God.
Oh, your throat's gonna hurt for such a long time now.
And luckily, that's the one thing it doesn't do. Oh my goodness! People think I'm putting this on, don't they? My
Yeah,
goodness, my throat. I,
you've got a very small throat. That's the
I,
problem.
it's probably right.
Which doesn't make sense because you're a very large man.
Would
You're a
you say I'm
man of
large?
you're a man of tall stature. Hmm.
It's either I'm tall or you're short.
Probably not.
But we're basically the same size anyway. Quite average.
uh,
Now I'm drinking the water I spat out.
just slurping it out
Yeah.
off the keyboard. Hmm.
Luckily I didn't get too much everywhere. It was a bit on my screen I had to rub off. So yeah, that's great.
Actually,
Anyway,
that's a point. Rub. Can that be used to describe removing a liquid from the surface? Because rub, that
that's true.
implies something imprinted on something.
Well, no,
Therefore,
I wouldn't say imprinted. I would say I would normally when you say rub, I would think of two sort of solid objects.
I was gonna say solid, but then I thought you could just say that's like saying I'm gonna rub this book off this table. No,
Yeah, no, 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 but
I'm
usually,
gonna
yeah,
push the book off the
but
table.
usually, actually no, I don't think rubbing is talking about the two items. It's more what you do with two flat surfaces, um, and more the motion than the, um,
Yeah, that's accurate, I guess.
yeah. And I don't think when I was
Not
talking
necessarily
about
flat though, just rubbing
when I
against the
said
flat
rub off
surface.
the water, I wasn't talking about rubbing the water off. I was talking about rubbing the screen with my hand, which is more.
Then is that
Um,
not wiping? What's the difference between wiping and rubbing?
it's probably supposed to be wiping, but because because I said the main subject of the sentence was water, I used rub instead of wipe because wipe I would have to say because I can't wipe water. I wipe the screen, but I can say I rub the water off. I can't say oh no, I can say I wipe the
You can
water
say
off.
rubbed off. Yeah. Okay, well the definition of wipe
Hmm.
is clean or dry something by rubbing with a cloth, piece of
That's
paper,
true.
or one's hand.
Yeah,
Uh,
so there's definitely a connection.
uh-huh. Rub. Apply firm pressure to the surface of something, usually a repeated back and forth motion.
Sexual innuendo.
Well, no, the example they give is she rubbed her arm where she had a large bruise.
That's not sexual innuendo. That's just sort of like
Um,
worrying.
there's another example. She pulled out a towel and gave her head a quick rub.
Okay.
Um,
These these these
there's
don't
another example.
these aren't like these don't sound sexual. They're more sounding like
Well, you just wait until you hear the fourth example.
okay,
The
okay.
third example.
Mhm.
That was the rub. She had not cared enough.
Okay. I'm trying to
That's talking
understand how
about. That's not the act of rubbing. That's the central problem of difficulty in a situation. That was the rub. She had not cared enough. That was her rub with the situation. The fourth
okay.
one.
I've
I don't
not
know why
heard
they're
that one
all
before.
about women in the
Yeah.
context of women.
Uh-huh.
But the fourth one. Um, well, I'll give you the definition of the
Mhm.
verb to rub is an alternate definition, and then I'll give you the example.
Yeah.
It could certainly be sexual. Uh,
Okay.
right, so the second definition is move or cause to move to and fro against each other with a certain amount of friction. Um, and the example is many insects make noises by rubbing parts of their bodies together. Uh-huh.
uh, that yeah, I
And
can see how that is.
yeah, I wouldn't say just insects do that. I think
Um
most animals do that, to be honest.
yes.
They make a lot of noises as well.
It's normally quite loud.
I would think that insects surely are the one creature that don't make many noises. I don't
Okay,
hear them making noises.
question.
Is that what crickets' noises are? So when at night you hear
No,
crickets,
no, that's not. Well,
it
we
could
don't
be. How do you
know.
hear
No, I'm pretty sure it's when they rub their legs together.
that? Why are they doing that?
No, their own legs together.
That's the thing. I mean,
Maybe it's like no. Okay.
is that there?
Wait. Don't say what I think you're gonna say. I think is this show before we carry on. Is this podcast supposed to be PG? Well, okay, it doesn't really matter. I don't think many people are gonna watch this or listen to this.
Uh-huh.
So we'll just carry on, hoping that no one hears this.
So you're gonna stop there? We don't have a demographic.
We don't have we don't have a demographic, so we don't have to worry. That's my solution. Unless like this becomes a world hit, and then we're just screwed.
World hit. So if it doesn't become a world hit, then we're
We're
screwed.
fine.
It,
No.
not even if not even for like close to becoming a world hit, or not even if like a hit in our local area. It's still good enough, apparently.
Yeah, that's
We
fine.
have to be top of the world.
No, top of the world, and then it's a problem, and then we're screwed.
Oh,
Otherwise,
why
no, that's
is
what I
it?
was saying. That's what I was saying. If we're the top of the world, then if this becomes a world hit, we're screwed because of how much sort of
Well, I guess what's the
PG
demographic of
stuff.
the world?
Demographic of the world, I would say, well, because the
Aren't there like
demographic,
51% of the population female? So the
no, it's the other way
demographic of the
around.
world, for one, is female.
It's 51% male, definitely.
It's pretty changed year to year.
True, but I'd still think it's
How
more
do they
male.
count as well? To be honest,
Well,
where do they? That's
you
just
you got.
yeah, that is.
I'm pretty
Where'd you get
sure.
that from? I mean,
No, I remember because okay, I don't like pointing fingers, but because of the one child policy in China, a lot of parents choose boys over girls.
yeah, males are favoured as a
Yeah,
child.
so thereby that normally gets a slight increase on males in the world. So yeah,
But still, how did they count the entire human population of the world? I mean, I guess they probably have a little citation there saying, by the way, we didn't count the entire population, this is just everyone that we could count.
it's probably a lot of statistics and probabilities. They take a sample size and then a large sample size, admittedly, something like in the thousands, but nothing, nothing near the And they'll probably do it regional, so they'll take regions, so the general population dynamics in each region, so they get a sort of fair sample,
Fair sample.
a fair sample
Yeah, test tube.
in a test tube.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to go and eat because I'm close to passing out.
Right,
And yeah, I'll do that.
and then we'll just
Uh,
carry on like nothing happened. They'll
yeah,
just think that you had a really quick supper.
yeah. I'm not sure. This is technically my breakfast, and it's like 7 p.m.
He's a vampire.
Yes,
Yeah, nothing.
yeah. Just someone knocked on the door, so I'm gonna snack on them. So see you in a bit.
Okay, see it. Hello and welcome back to the second half. I've got pizza. And you'll be hearing me chew for the next 5 minutes. You wanted to talk about laundrettes, didn't you?
Did I?
Blah.
Don't know what to say about Tourette's really.
Laundrettes.
Oh, oh yeah. Um, sorry, I'm half deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Along with my cold. Yeah. Well, I guess I can just look it up. The definition of a laundrette. That's to know how many washing machines are required for something to be called a laundrette.
That's yeah. I'd well, I'd guess that really it's just one.
Ah, an establishment with coin-operated washing machines.
Oh.
So it has to involve coins. Credit card. Yeah, if your laundrette uses credit card scanning or anything like that, it's not a laundrette. Or if it's hand-to-hand exchange of money, it's not a laundrette. They're lying.
Okay. So actually, mine's not a laundrette. I lied to me.
According to the first definition on Google, yeah, half laundrettes are not in fact laundrettes.
Interesting.
What's more, it's an establishment with coin-operated washing machines and dryers for public use.
Yeah. Well.
Like, is yours for the public? Not really. It's just for
That's true.
clientele.
Mm-hmm.
Your place of stuff.
My
I'm half
university.
asleep. Yeah.
So what do you think? What do we call it then? If it's not.
We
Be able to
call
show me.
it. Um, well, let's think about what makes a laundrette a laundrette. Not necessarily about what makes it a laundrette. This is going to get very complicated because I don't really know what I'm saying either. But
Circular arguments, perfect. But anyway, carry on.
so, what I'm trying to say is, what when you walk into your, we're going to call it a laundrette for now, just so we know what we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're going to call it a laundrette, but we know full well that it's not a laundrette. But we're going
Uh-huh.
to find a new name. So you walk into your laundrette, and what's the what emotion floods over you? What do you see and what
Um,
do you feel? First of all, what's
first,
it like walking up to the laundrette? What's the outside laundrette look like? How do you know it's the laundrette? Is there a sign?
there's a door.
That's a good start. There's a door. How big's the door?
Actually, I really don't like the laundrette door we have.
You don't like it?
Yeah, because, it's, the first time I went in it, okay, so I have, claustrophobia, where it is, getting locked in a small space, not, claustrophobia, where you're just in a small space. So,
Hold on. Cliff row. Say
yeah, I
that again.
looked it up. Claustrophobia.
Clithrophobia.
I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. I may be
Yeah, I've
saying it wrong.
never heard of that. I think
Yeah.
at first I think it's a Clifford phobia. Like we don't like people called Clifford.
No, it's a claustrophobia. So it's the fear of being locked in a small space. So I have this. Basically, it's not really a small space. It's just being locked in a place. So I wouldn't be able to live in prison. I would just like have a panic attack every second.
What about the fact that you're locked on Earth?
That's fine.
That's okay. Right. Is that because you know that if you bothered, you could hire a spaceship?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if I know that I can get out of something. So
What if, say, you were the fact that you're locked in this universe? You can be pretty sure it probably won't ever be able to go to another
it
universe.
doesn't go that abstract, Robert.
Okay. I was just wondering how small is small.
Yeah.
We need to cover all our bases here.
It's like a
For
building.
the best, we need the best definition possible for
Okay.
laundrette. So we're starting with, as you were saying, Clifford phobia. And okay, so
No, but anyway, the door, I couldn't figure out how to open it from when I got inside because it's an auto lock. So I was having a panic attack trying to open this door, and I nearly started like screaming, like bawl my eyes
were
out.
you inside the laundrette while this was happening?
Yeah.
So locked behind
It
you.
wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, locked behind me. It wouldn't have mattered if I was locked outside. That's never been a problem for me because then I can
Yeah.
just walk out another door. So I couldn't do it. I was like having my heart started fluttering and I was like about to full out start screaming. But then the door just opened. I was like, oh my god! I was about to.
Maybe was it voice activated then?
No,
It
no,
requires the sounds of screams to open.
no. That would be actually that would be the cool head's worst nightmare because I'd never get out because I'd just be sitting there quietly waiting for someone to unlock the door and just sitting there, and they'll basically starve to death before they decide to scream.
Yeah. So a door that's hard to. Well, first of all, so it was quite easy to get in, but for some reason hard to get out.
No, well, it used a key to see in the university there to get into a room you need a key, but to get out you don't. It's just there's a little dial like a little dial, and well, there's nothing to
So when you say key, do you mean like a code or a physical
physical key.
key? Physical
Um,
key.
Yeah. But to get out of a room, it's actually pretty good. There's a lock, so you can lock the room from the inside, but it's just a turn lock, so you just turn the thing, and I can just easily turn it back and then open the door to get out of most things. But if it is locked, but the laundrette auto locks when you close the door, so I didn't realize this. So the dial, which unlocks the door, because I have to unlock the door. Then at the same time, while I'm holding the unlock, sort of holding in position, I have to then pull the door open. I didn't understand this, especially as the lock goes the reverse direction that all the other locks do. So I was trying to figure out how to open the door, and I was having a mini heart attack.
Yeah, this is highly complicated for a
Yeah.
maths degree student. Mm,
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
But anyway, I found out that I had a claustrophobia when I was in South Africa on a holiday, and we went to this. It was called the Big Hole. It's really not
The
interesting.
big hole.
Yeah, Big Hole. Because in
It sounds like a wonderful place for someone with claustrophobia.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. It wasn't a problem because I can see a locked room and I won't have any kind of fear. But anyway, so it's basically where they mined out the whole place, like, because in South Africa they're very mineral rich, so they just dug a huge hole down. It's really deep, but it's now filled up with, well, not fully filled up with water, but quite full of water, and it's out of use. It's basically a mine. So I was in the toilets for like the place, like in the tourism place. It's a pretty bad toilet. They're not.
But were the toilets just holes in the ground to fit the theme of the area?
No. Oh, I
poop
gotta
down a
talk
hole.
about some other toilets though. You reminded me of something. Anyway, so I went into the toilet, and I did my business. But when I tried to exit, I realized that the handle on my side won't open the door, but on the other side it does. So it's like a one-way door. You go in and you're stuck in. And I was in there for like 30 minutes, and I was crying my eyes out, having a panic attack. You know, like, it was getting really bad. And then my mom just sort of walked in, all casual, like, it's just like, Michael, are you okay? And I was like, no, help me! And she was just like, open the door and just like, thank you, mother! Oh my goodness. And she was just like, the door just opened. It doesn't open on this side. And then the second time it happened, I was also in South Africa. They're not very good with their doors in South Africa. Anyway,
They all only open one way.
exactly. I was in another toilet again. I don't know why it's the toilet. That's why it's like after that I now check the toilet locks a lot. So I'm always like it does work on this side of the door before I go in. And because of my James also has this, by the way, because it was me and James in the toilet together.
In the same toilet.
Nah, not in the same toilet. No, it was the whole toilet like block
Area.
Yeah,
Region.
so it wasn't like we went in a toilet cubicle together. But because of my claustrophobia, I'll find any way to get out. So that's potential break the door down, which I did do. But there was two exits. I could either climb up a wall, like a 20-meter wall to climb out a hole, or I could break a vent on the door. And so I punched the vent on the door, and it came out, and I crawled out. And me and James were just sort of like, and then my the bank manager, because we were in a bank, was like really angry at me. My dad just walked off with him, just like trying to defend my honor.
That'd be quite hot. So you and James were crawling through the vent while you were crying. It's like on the other end of the vent.
Oh,
There'd be
no.
echoes
Sorry.
of wailing. Like, like the place is haunted.
No. Sorry. When I say vent, it's like it's a door,
Right.
and there's a hole in it. Because South Africa's quite hot, there has to be a lot of airflow. So it's basically just a vent cover just on the door,
Okay.
just so the air can get through. So I just
So it's
punched
like
that open. It was like 3 centimeters I had to crawl through. So it was
3 centimeters wide.
Nah, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get out of here no matter what. Oh man.
You like push your little finger through and like, pull me up, James.
Pull me out! Save me! Yeah, so no, I got out. And I don't think I've had another sort of attack again. Though David also has it, I think, because he also got locked in another South African toilet. This was on like a freeway, and yeah, he also had a little attack. We think it's genetic from my dad because he also has it, but I think he sort of got over it type thing. We're not
Hmm.
too sure about it.
Yeah, because
So yeah,
David and James are Michael's brothers, by the way.
no, they're my dogs. Um, just like my little poodles.
You're
I
rarely sarcastic, I find. So that took me off guard for a second.
tried... What? No. Okay. No. Okay.
You're rarely straight-faced sarcastic. I
No. I am very sarcastic. Just normally not with you. It's normally with James. A lot of the time. It's like 50% of the time I'm being sarcastic with James and doing really good at it. I don't know why I don't. Not very sarcastic with you. Anyway. So yeah.
yeah. So
That's my life story.
so doors. Wait. So going back to
Yeah.
defining features of a laundrette.
Okay, let's
Uh,
go back to the laundrette now.
a
Um,
door. A difficult door. Locking mechanism is a factor. Then is that it?
no, I don't. I'm just talking about my life stories. What I'm talking about. No.
Okay.
Firstly,
So
a
you've got
laundrette
the
requires a door, because you
yeah.
need a partition
Or does it?
from
I mean, you can still.
usually. I haven't seen a laundrette yet, which does. Well, I mean,
Well,
if
according to the Google definition, you have not even seen a laundrette yet.
true, true.
Uh,
But we're defining a different type of thing, which is like a laundrette.
yeah. Well, well, I guess we know the definition. It's just a
hmm
non-coin activated washing machine.
Do you have any phobias while we're
For,
on the topic? Phobias.
hmm. It's got a few, exceptions, but yeah, dolls.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think we talked
Dolls,
about it once.
clowns, that sort of thing. The only problem is, I kind of think that I just think I'm scared of them. Because if they're there, I won't necessarily shiver in fear. I'll just sort of turn it around or something.
Mm.
Close its eyes, put it to bed, tuck it in. Make sure I'm nice to it so it doesn't get angry at me.
Yeah, angry at you and
So it's not really that irrational, really, is it?
commit murder.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
I wouldn't call it irrational because I think most people
yeah. Most people, if they see a doll, they
like a
think,
creepy one. Yeah.
yeah, I'll just tuck it in, keep it nice and safe, give it a sandwich or whatever. Just be really nice to it, so that it does not have any ill feelings towards you. I think that's pretty rational, to be honest.
I think that's quite rational of anything you're scared of.
Yeah, treat them nicely.
Yeah, especially wolves. You need to tuck them
Yeah.
in their head and give them a sandwich while they're trying to bite your head off. You need to be careful of the knife.
You can't use Nutella. You can't have Nutella spread on the sandwich.
Why? Wolves don't
You'll
like
get
that.
very ill. Chocolate. Can't have chocolate.
Oh right, okay.
Can't have Nutella. Yeah. But
Okay,
yeah.
talking about dogs slash wolves. Um, I was watching this video and I was talking about dog breeding and something interesting about cocker spaniels. And I'm bringing this up because Robert has a cocker spaniel called Bonnie, and she's known for being very just relaxed and carefree and literally doesn't give two shits about life. That's what I
She
would.
is highly erotic though.
Yes, she
She's
is.
always licking herself. Always doing really weird things with her blanket. That's the thing. She spends all day sleeping, But then whenever she is awake, she'll just do all that stuff. And then she'll
Great.
go to sleep again.
She whines a lot. I've noticed. It's
Not
very
while
irritating.
doing all those things.
Yes, hopefully. Oh my goodness. Tombi's not like that at all. She's like aggressive / quiet. So she won't have like she won't do anything to her blanket other than try to rip it to shreds. Yeah, because well, I mean, Irish Terriers are designed to be rat killers anyway. So
Yeah, they're
that's
designed to
there's
be.
bread. Anyway, talking about what I was trying to bring the topic up to about breeding is that apparently Cocker Spaniels they're bred in such a way that their skulls are not large enough for their brains, so they have squished brains, and that causes like genetic defaults.
Are you sure that's not King Charles Spaniel? Like they have a condition where their brains can be too big for their heads, and their eyes can like pop out or something.
Something like that, I think. Yeah, that might be right. Yeah, I might be thinking of the wrong one.
I think Cocker Spaniels are just generally special. You know?
Yes, but it was an interesting video because it was just talking about how like you really shouldn't pick a pure breed, just pick them up because pure breeds are like genetically most inbred things on the planet. Like a bulldog is so inbred that it can't breathe properly. It has like hip dysphagia. I can't remember the word. Like it can't walk properly. It sort of trots.
Just drags its hind legs. Oh no!
Something like that.
It's detached hips. Oh no!
Yeah.
It's all just kept together by skin. Like, oh man.
Yeah, like there's so many sort of genetic like diseases within purebred dogs because they're so inbred. It's better just to get a mutt or something. So yeah, just something interesting, you know? Yeah. Anyway, what do we talk about now?
I think we probably covered everything there is to even talk about ever.
Yeah.
I mean, we
ever.
talked about laundrettes, doors, big holes, dogs, and dolls.
Yep.
I
A lot
I
of
don't-
D's. No, not a lot of D's. A lot of things.
we could make them all D's. Instead of the
Okay.
big hole, it can be the deep hole.
The deep hole.
The
The door.
Yeah, the door. That's fine the way it is.
Um,
Laundrette. Laundrette. The
Dirty remover place.
yeah, the dirty remover place. So yeah, we should probably move on to the next letter, which is E. Ignoring the fact,
Yeah.
of course, we've completely skipped out the A, B, and C.
yeah. Just
But
we don't need to
But that's
worry
too
about that.
mainstream. A, B, and C. Everyone does A, B, and C.
Demographics for the first part of this video. I can't remember what we were talking about. Like sleeping noises. What were the other?
Oh yeah, the sleeping noises.
How would you do that? Well, anyway, thanks for listening to this podcast, for listening to Dolls, Doors, and Dirt Removers. Thank you very much. And goodbye from me and Robert.
Today